every day we get something like this going is a great day. You know, I just love making these things happen. Paul is either a crazy lunatic or he's the next Henry Ford. The concept of this car is so different than anything on the market. The price point, the front-to-back seating, the way he intends to finance it and sell it. He's essentially reinvented the automobile industry, assuming he gets it launched. You know, that I have no doubt it will be a gigantic success when it goes into business. The idea that a gas car can get 70 or 80 miles per gallon is just unbelievable. And the idea that it can have a price point only slightly more than half the price of the next cheapest car in America is pretty unbelievable. Well, when I told him this is the place he had to operate, it was because this essentially was General Motors' most modern car plant. It's fully equipped, and the amount of money it saves in startup costs, I can't even calculate, but there's something like $500 million of equipment sitting in this plant. So, and you just turn it on. This was probably the most modern car plant in America, and it's laid out in a way that it breaks up into multi-tenant use a lot easier than a lot of the facilities that we work on. So it's really good, has a terrific infrastructure, and Louisiana is a good place to do business.
As you've already heard, in March of 2011, Racer acquired the GM plant. And the plan was that Racer would seek a partner to ensure that the site was maintained as a job-creating asset. The plant was in production until June of 2012. Local elected officials at that time understood that some previous Racer deals had resulted in demolition and site clearance, and so there was some concern at the time that that would happen with the site here at GM. And there was a time, I believe, that commission members and some staff members had been told that if Racer did not get anyone into the plant relatively quickly, that the plant would be demolished.
Yeah, Representative Glover, as my understanding, when we met early on in discussion with Mr. Rasher, one of the terms that if we did not pursue this course, that the other option was to demolish the plant to get the salvage value, which with that point was $8.5 million. So that was said.
So your testimony is that Bruce Rasher said to you in your position as Kettle Parish Administrator,
yes, sir,
go along with this Elio scenario and IRG, or we will seek demolition of the plant.
He didn't quite say go along with the scenario. He's saying your options are limited. You can choose this path. The trust could go on and demolish the plant and take the salvage value out of it.
Local elected officials understood that some previous Racer deals had resulted in demolition of properties and site clearance, leading to concern that the same thing might happen with the Shreveport plant. So, in order to retain a measure of local control over the redevelopment of the plant, the Caddo Parish Commission voted to use $7.5 million of parish funds to acquire the plant.
Before a vote, I was sitting where Representative Pugh is sitting. I had Bruce Rasher come up to me, and he said, you're either going to vote to sell this plant to IRG, or the next time you see me, I'm going to have a bulldozer. And those were words directly from him to me. And so I viewed that as a threat.